What's going on? This is Michael Barayev with Spitting Fire, and today is Monday. And as you guys know, every Monday we come at you, we spit fire, we spit the truth, and nothing but the
truth, baby.
Woo! Boo, 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 vakasha. Anyway, listen, so what we're going to talk about today, which I think is going to be very interesting for a lot of you guys that are watching this, it's about dating as an entrepreneur. Ooh, you like that, right? Dating as a busy person as well, right? Think about that. I mean, listen, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I came out of my mom's womb. I was always selling shit, always trying to push products and services. And the biggest challenge of dating an entrepreneur or being in the as an entrepreneur and being going out there dating is that it's not that you don't have enough time, in my opinion. What I think is that you have to find the right person that has the right mindset to accept the entrepreneurial lifestyle.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. I'm a very driven, ambitious, go-getter kind of guy. Like, you give me a target, I will fucking break walls. I will figure it out. I'll jump over the wall, build a tunnel like Hamas. I don't know. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But when I see that goal, it's like, that's it. It's done. Like, I need it.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes when you're in a relationship, right, or even finding that relationship, finding that girl, that guy, whatever it may be, it's very, very difficult to find someone that accepts you for being that fucking driven. Because a lot of girls, I've seen it all the time. Girls like, oh, I want an ambitious guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you really? Do you really want an ambitious guy? Because with an ambitious guy, there comes a lot of shit that you may not like.
Yep.
Like, what are some things in your opinion they might not like?
Not having time.
Time?
Yep.
If the girl has love language of quality time, I'm fucking nervous.
It's a tough one, yeah.
Now, remember, by the way, I'm in a different position now than I was 7 years ago.
Absolutely.
7 years ago when I started my company, I was working 100 hours a week, right? I didn't have any, like, it was me and a couple of guys starting a company.
Yeah, crazy.
Now it's different. Now I have employees, I have team members, and I have managers, so it's easier to kind of like delegate certain tasks and roles and kind of still focus on things you need to focus on in your private life.
Right.
But in the beginning, the startup days, shit, man, you don't have time. And if she got quality time as her love language, you're fooked.
Yeah.
You're seriously fooked because it's very difficult to please that partner or that girl that you're trying to date in the beginning when you have very limited resources. And time is one of the biggest ones.
Yeah. I think it's super rare. You have to choose carefully, but it's super rare to find someone who's willing to go through that with an entrepreneur or something like that, especially in the early stages, because girls love attention, they love time, and
they deserve it.
Yeah,
they need it.
And they might say some things in the beginning because everybody's infatuated in the beginning and all this stuff, but then when it comes down to the nitty gritty and you're really grinding doing these things, they might feel a different type of way. Then they feel they're not getting the time and the attention they deserve.
100%.
That's where things get a little
You know what
sticky.
I learned? You know what I also learned? This is kind of maybe a little bit of a tangent, but one of the things that I learned is that as an entrepreneur, we're always doing what? Even as men, we're what? We're always hunting.
Yeah.
Always fucking chasing, making that next chase, right? And I'm reading this book. It's a pretty amazing book. I forget the title of it, but it's like something Venus dating something, whatever it is. It's the guy who wrote the book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, right? Okay. It's a great book. And he talks about there's 5 stages of dating, right? And in the first stage, right, there's attraction, right? You need to be attracted to the individual. And usually attraction, like what does a woman get attracted to in a man? Like when she first meets him. It's not really the physical stuff. The physical stuff is important, but not as important. What do they get attracted to? What gets them wet?
Is it confidence?
Confidence, 100% confidence. Their ambition, their drive, their focus. And if you really think about it, should the man be chasing the girl or should the girl be chasing the man? Now, a lot of the young cats be saying what?
They'll be saying probably, I don't know, all sorts of things, probably chasing each other.
Well,
I don't know.
What do you think? Your opinion?
I mean, I think the guy's always got to be pursuing the woman.
100% correct. The guy should always be pursuing, and a smart woman will let the man keep pursuing. A smart woman. Because I'll tell you why. The second a man stops pursuing, guess what happens? He loses his feelings. Things die down. Even at this happens all the time. The guy chases the girl. He finally gets something from her, whether it's sex, whatever. He get a relationship. All of a sudden, he stops fucking chasing. Guess what happens to that relationship? Doesn't die yet. The woman's like, wait a minute. He's not interested in me anymore. I got to start she's just chasing him now.
Yeah.
Wrong thing to do. Women need to understand that men are like rubber bands. They chase and then go back. They chase and then go back. You never should have a woman be chasing you. And that was a mistake that I didn't realize that I had going on in my other relationships. Because listen, as a sales guy, man, you can manipulate, persuade, convince, whatever you want to use as words. Like you can get anyone to do anything. But if you make the wrong person fall in love with you, you're fucked.
It's very true.
Think about that. I ended up being in a relationship where I did a lot of psychological positive things that made the person want to be with me in the beginning, but it wasn't the right person. If I would have just let it be naturally, just do it the way I needed to do it, I don't think we would have stuck. But because I did a lot of like, I don't want to say game, but like at that time I was young, I was 25, I was playing the dating game, whatever it was, like, you know, making them chase you, you chase like very little, you kind of make them chase. That's not good.
Yeah.
What I learned as a man, right now I'm a 32-year-old man, and I like if I'm in a dating scene, which I am, right? My goal is to pursue the woman that I really want, not to pursue 4 or 5 women.
Yeah.
Like right now I got my eye on one, right? I got my eye on one. I'm chasing, I'm pursuing, I want it. Now, it's her choice to either accept that or decline that. If she declines, I'm still going to be pursuing a little bit. But eventually, if she says, no, then what am I going to do? Step back, right? Yeah. But the man should be always pursuing. The point I'm trying to make is this. How do we get into that? Oh, as an entrepreneur, right? So when you're chasing, that is the drive that number one, inspires the woman because she feels important and validated.
Yep.
Number two, it keeps the man hungry to do what he needs to do. The second you kill that drive, boom, it's done. And 99% of men that do not chase end up not getting shit. The ones that have the girls chase them, they get the wrong fucking girls. Because those girls are emotionally fucked up. Why should a woman be chasing a man? That's crazy.
Yeah. You think it's okay to start dating in the beginning of an entrepreneurial journey? Like, let's say you're trying to build something.
That's a great question. I think you can. You just got to know exactly what you're willing to sacrifice because you're gonna. There's gonna be two babies. I have 2 babies right now. Okay. My personal life and my business life, right? Yeah, we have spiritual life and all that stuff, but my 2 babies is what? My business life, which is my business. It's my baby, and I got my family life, right? Which is my future wife, whatever. If I had to choose between one or the other, you would have asked me this question a few years ago, choose your business or choose your wife.
Yeah.
I would have said business. I would have said choose your business. Why? Yeah. Because without my business, I feel empty, and I can always figure out the relationship at home. Yep. I changed my mind on that recently.
Interesting.
I changed my mind.
Why?
I think because listen, I need the business to keep myself sane. I need it. Like I need business. Right. I just love business. I cannot sit home and do nothing. Like I love business.
Responsibilities give you purpose.
Responsibilities give you purpose. But I learned one thing: if you have the right woman beside you, I can always rebuild the business. But if I have my business, I cannot always find the right wife. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a tough thing to swallow for me because I always thought, I need business because I need my dreams and my goals. And that is true. But if you have the right woman, when you have the right woman, you can rebuild everything you need to rebuild. If you had a choice to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Like your business is about to go fucking bankrupt, but it's burning down, your whole building. Or your wife is in a car accident as an example, and like you got to save her somehow. Whatever. I'm just giving you a crazy example. Which one would you pick? I would say human being, but like let's say a crazy situation, you got to choose one or the other. So God says one or the other. I would always choose the wife.
Of course. 100%.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have said that years ago. Years ago, I would have been like, no, I can't. How can I be Michael Barayev without having my business growing? And because it was my baby, my identity was a business. My identity was attached to money and the success that I had.
Yeah.
And I learned that you have to separate business from yourself and be successful here, and then you have success in your business.
Yeah.
So be successful as a human being, have a successful business, and have a successful relationship. Yeah. And not let either of those be your identity. Yeah. And when you have your own identity, when you have your own internal dialogue that you believe in yourself, you're confident enough, you can lose it and rebuild it. Because I lost a lot of 2020. Yeah. 2020 was a big smack in my face.
For a lot of people.
But I rebuilt it, right? With other people. I want to say but we rebuilt it, right? Yeah. And it was difficult. It was challenging, you know? And if I had a choice, like I said, if I had to choose the wife or the business, I would definitely choose the wife so that me and wife can go rebuild that motherfucking business.
Yeah.
You know, now I have the confidence to do so. Yeah. You know, but a lot of people in the young entrepreneurs, do I recommend you going out there to date while you're in a business? You can if you find the right one. If you get the wrong girl, and you might say, how do you know if you're the right woman? You know.
Yeah, you know.
Trust me, you fucking know. You know.
It's easy to get clouded by certain moments.
Trust your gut. Yes. Trust your instinct. If you smoke too much weed, you do too much drugs, you may not have a good gut instinct because it might be dying out. Yeah. But if you're a clear-headed individual, you don't do drugs, you don't do any of that, and you have a very high intuition, you know. Yeah. Every time I dated a girl in the past, and my gut said don't pursue it, and I pursued it, I should have listened to my gut. Yeah. Not because the person was bad. No. Not because I was bad. It's because the right person will not give you those flags. Yeah. There's certain your gut, your mind stores all this information in your head from your whole life since you were a kid. Yeah. You may not remember it. Yeah. But as a child, it remembers everything. Yeah. The brain remembers everything. So your brain knows what you like and what you don't like. So let's say, for example, like you may have seen things as a kid that you know are not going to be for you.
Yeah.
Your mind kind of calculates that and says, nope, that's not gonna. That algorithm knows. Your algorithm knows if it's for you or not.
Yeah.
There's also a spiritual, connection you can feel with someone as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. And listen, they can be halfway across the world. You'll fucking know.
Yeah.
You'll fucking know.
You can definitely play yourself too. Don't try to play yourself. Don't try to think certain things, because I heard this line in the song once and it goes like this. It's like, don't fall in love with the moment and think you're in love with that girl.
Oh,
crazy, bro.
I love that. I love that. Don't fall in love with the moment thing. But you know how you fall in love with a girl? Very important. And before you fall in love with a girl, right? There's always gonna be amazing moments.
Yeah.
What you need to do, there's 4 levels of attraction, right? There's physical attraction.
Yes.
There's mental attraction.
Correct.
There's emotional attraction, and then there's spiritual attraction.
Okay.
So the physical attraction is very easy to most people. She's hot. She got a nice ass. She got a nice and that.
Yeah.
Like they're thinking about the physical stuff. Now us men, we're very physical in the beginning because we need to like I can't look at my wife and say, "Damn, shit, I fucked up." You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do that, bro. I gotta look at her and say, "Damn, I fucking won."
Yeah.
Right? So she's got to be beautiful to you. Now a lot of guys, they date women that are hot because they want their boys to be like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's my
it's all
girl."
status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't. If my girl's hot for me,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what my cousin thinks. I don't care what you think. That's hot for me. That's for me. And I've been with some girls that some guys said they were not for me. I thought she was hot.
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a shit about that. What you need to know is that they got to be hot for you. Right? They got to look good for you. Okay? Now, if you're not a good-looking guy, listen, you may not get the hot girl. I mean, get some more money. I don't know. Try some confident stuff. I've seen some ugly guys with some good girls.
You
can still do it. You can still do it.
There's a lot of cases out there.
A lot of cases. A lot of good cases out there. You got to fucking do your job and But go to the gym, look at, figure it out.
Work on yourself, for sure.
But what I am saying is this. The physical attraction is very easy to get attracted to because that's the world we live in. But what about mental, emotional, spiritual?
Those are very, very, very important.
Most people do
Spirituality is
not
most important.
ask the right questions in dating.
Boom.
They don't ask the tough
They
questions.
care just about the main
Like I'm talking to a girl right now, okay?
Yeah.
I have tough questions that I ask, deep questions to understand how they think, their mindset, where they're at, what do they want in life, what kind of life do they want to live, right? I also ask them questions about their emotions. I want to know, are they healthy emotionally?
Yep.
Because can I be honest with you, the biggest war in the house will be when the person is not emotionally stable. Can you imagine? Can you imagine an entrepreneur who goes through ups and downs in business and now you're dealing with an emotional basket case at home? Yeah. Now, everyone has issues. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to be aware of those issues. Do they have depression? Do they have anxiety? Do they have fear? Like, what are their phobias? What do they like? What do they dislike? What triggers them? How do they react when they're angry? How do they react when they're upset? Yeah. How do they react when they're sad? You may think, oh, she's just going to cry. No, but how do you react? What does she need? What does she need done when she is sad? Like, if a girl's sad, what does she expect from you? Leave her alone, give her a hug, give her a kiss. If you're traveling all over the world as a business owner, as an example, and she's like, every time I cry, I need a hug from you and only you, I mean, that's going to be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Right? Or if she says, I need someone to spend like 6 hours a day with me, that may be a tough situation. So you got to figure that out. I'm not saying you cannot make it work. There's always ways to make it work.
Yes.
But you need to be prepared on the mental side, on the emotional side, right? And then also the spiritual side.
Yep.
What kind of life do they want to live spiritually? I will not, some guys ask me, oh, you only date Jewish girls? Yeah, I would only talk to a Jewish girl.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I want to have the same values and principles in my household so that my children are not confused and lost in the sauce, reading the Quran, reading the New Testament, the Old Testament, the Torah. Like, I don't want to confuse my kids. I want my kids to believe what I believe. You can believe what you believe. God bless you.
Shout out
you
New Testament.
Listen, shout out to whatever testament you want, okay? New, old, remix next week, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. The point is this. Do you and your future potential spouse have the same alignment with spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical alignments, right? Do you have those 4 things in place? And then you can have intimacy. And then, I promise you right now, if I don't have those 4 things checked in a box, I will not have sex with a girl. I will not do that. Yeah. Because I need to make sure, why go through the pain? Okay, a lot of people in the dating world, they have sex and then they want to figure shit out.
Yeah, intimacy, that deep intimacy is you're going 0 to 100 when you shouldn't have.
Because you go 0, you go slow down to speed up. It's okay. I understand you want to have fun. I get it. I know you want to. I understand, but be patient a little bit.
And it's even better when it works out.
Ooh, it's even better, especially if you do it with the right person.
Yep.
It's 10 times better, right?
Yeah.
So that's the mindset of at least for me, dating as an entrepreneur. Because also, gotta also look at it this way: sex equals what? Kids.
Yep.
Oh, Michael, you don't understand. Condoms.
Yeah.
When you have sex, there's a potential for what? Children.
Yep.
Understand that there's a risk. Now, are you ready for that in the beginning stages of your business? Or you're so cool and you're suavemente, you can do this. No. Listen, you got to understand, everything is a risk.
Yep.
And you got to put the odds in your favor. Like, that's why for me, I was very careful which girls I was with, because I was like, all right, listen, this one's a little crazy over here. I don't want to put myself in that position where I get that phone call, hey, Mike, I don't want that phone call. I don't want that, because I always prepared myself. Like, hell no. You know how many times I said no?
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to say no.
Yeah.
And there was some amazing opportunities, but I knew that if I did that, it would be not a safe one, not a good moment, right? I wasn't prepared. If I'm not prepared, I ain't doing it. I'm not wasting my time, right? Because I don't want to put myself in that position. So very, very, very important as an entrepreneur to be very careful. And when you are dating, right, get to know the individual. This is my opinion. Get to know the individual on a deeper level before you do any of the intimacy shit. And once you figure out the person's right for you, promise you, it'll be 10 times better.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if that answered your question, but we definitely went a couple tangents.
Oh yeah, and I think on the subject of like sleeping with somebody and getting that intimate, like at the end of the day, if you're trying to build something at the same time, it's like if you're trying to sleep around or date around, like you just got to be careful because you're probably spending a lot of money, you're probably wasting a lot of time.
As an entrepreneur, you think about it.
And if you're not, already set or have a business that's already scaled to the next level, it's like.
Listen, what is dating? This is what dating is. This is dating to me. In the beginning stages, you gotta put the numbers in. Guys, you gotta put the numbers in. You gotta talk to 5, 10, 15 girls. And I'm not saying like deep conversation. You just gotta put yourself out there, okay? As you're going through those conversations, you're like, oh, this one's not for me. This one to this one not to that. Like mentally, right? This is not, the vibe is not there. You kind of filter it out. Then you get to the bottom 3 or 4 that are left over.
Yeah.
Now you gotta make a choice, okay? You can take one on a first date as an example, right? If you're, if you guys are in town, you guys go on first date, you check it out, it's not for you, okay, walk to the next one, okay? But then after a couple of dates, you're like, okay, this is the one I want to kind of be with.
Yeah.
Once you make that choice, understand that is a commitment that you're making. It's a commitment. Mm-hmm. You're committing to that individual that, hey, I'm going to be there to support you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially maybe, because I want to get to know you better on a deeper level so we can date, so then eventually we can get what? Married.
Yep.
If you're just dating to have fun, listen, just save yourself the fucking headache and just go to the bar, just meet a couple of chicks and do it that way. Because I'm telling you, as an entrepreneur, when you get into dating, you should be dating for a serious thing. Because I'm telling you, you will distract yourself emotionally if you're chasing tail for the wrong reasons.
And no matter what you commit to, it requires sacrifice all the time.
I'm telling you,
kind of sort.
When you go out on Friday night, it fucks up your Saturday.
Whether you're committed to actually dating the right person, whether you're committed to
100%
messing around or whatever it is.
I mean, listen, I tell you, as a business owner, if you can just commit to staying away from the shit that distracts you.
Yep.
Right? I posted something yesterday, which I don't remember how I posted. I just want to read it out loud to you because it's a powerful, powerful, powerful thing that I posted. A lot of people get distracted by their pleasures, right? So let me just say how it is. Give me 1 second. A lot of people, a man who lacks purpose distracts himself with pleasure. Think about that. When you have a purpose as an entrepreneur, you cannot get distracted by pleasure.
Yeah.
You cannot get distracted.
I agree.
You cannot get deviated by some bullshit.
Yep.
So my opinion, when I started my business, my first 6 months of my business, this is 2016 of August 1st.
Yeah.
For 6 months, guess what I did? Bang.
Yeah.
Sexual abstinence. Bam. I was focused.
Yeah.
And then I met the girl that I was with. But it took me 6 months of just pure focus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing, though. I think when you focus and you have a purpose and a goal that you want to reach, definitely God will open those doors of putting the right people in your life. You just got to trust in that.
And no one's telling you to
move
not
forward.
Yeah,
right.
No.
It's okay if it's okay to date or anything like that. You don't have to be like extremely just, I'm working on my business, I can't talk to anybody. Nothing like that.
Be open, but just understand,
and,
like for when you meet a girl, a lot of times like, oh, let's hang out at 6 p.m. Like, shit, 6 p.m. I got a meeting.
Yeah.
Let me just push them. See what you just did? I'm gonna put no.
Yeah.
I got a 6 p.m. meeting. I can see you at 9 if you want.
Yeah.
But I gotta be in bed by 11 because I gotta wake up at 6 in the morning to go to the gym to then go to the office at 9. So I gotta be on time.
Yeah.
Right? So you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah.
Like once you get your business established and you want to spend more time, I know it's cute and it's amazing to spend time till 6 in the morning in your car and chit chat. We've all done it, right? You want to hook up in the middle of the night. I understand that to make it sweet and everything.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand what stage are you on in your business.
Right.
And be real. What's more important for you? Right? If your business is more, like I said, if you had a choice between wife and business, I would always choose wife. But right now, you don't know if that's your wife. Right now, you don't know if that's your husband.
Yeah.
Right? So I would 100% focus on the entrepreneurial stuff. And this should motivate you to work your ass off to build a business where you can actually have time.
Yeah.
Building a business is not about making money. That is the wrong way to build a business. Build a business so you can have money and you have time. And the only way to get time back is to duplicate yourself in your company, to inspire other people to want to do the things that you're doing, grow the business, pay out more money instead of keeping everything for yourself, distribute money out into the business so that your team can go out there and do what they need to do. And then you now bought yourself back time.
More time, And the fruits of your labor, you're going to be able to enjoy it with that.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. If you would have told me 4 or 5 years ago, right, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, that to have a long distance relationship, I would be like, it's fucking almost impossible. How could I? I'm fucking working 100 hours a week. Right? I was working 7 days a week, 6 days a week. Now I'm in a different position. If there was a chick that's fucking 100 miles away, 1,000 miles away, I have a business where I can kind of maneuver and kind of move around certain people, certain events, certain things, and I can get shit done. But 5, 6, 7 years ago, it would have never fucking worked. Impossible. So you got to know where you're at in your business and know exactly what are you willing to sacrifice, what are you willing to do to get the job done.
And you might, you might, what's it called? You might know you found a good girl potentially too, is if you're working on building a business or doing your thing. If you meet a girl, but it's not the right time, and you keep on working on yourself, and you can always be honest with that person, of course. But if that person still, you see, is supportive and is still there along the journey,
100%.
not necessarily that you're seeing them all the time, but that's there. You're at point A, you start moving forward, you're building, you check up on the person, still there, still for you. Okay, let me keep going, boom, boom, boom. They're still there. Then you probably found a good person if they're still supporting you along the way, and they've
100%
been there the whole time.
100%. I mean, I learned this. This is just through life. When things are meant to be, they're meant to be. And they just happen. You cannot stop it. Like I'll give you an example. I was meant to meet you. Right? It was inevitable. We had to meet, right? And I'm happy I met you. Like you're one of my closest guys. I love spending time with you. We always do videos and stuff together, and we always cross ideas. But it was inevitable. We were meant to meet each other. Maybe we met for a reason, maybe a season, maybe a lifetime. I don't know. Whatever we decide as our friendship goes. But whatever's meant for you is meant for you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are just have faith. It's going to be okay. But if you want to meet the right person as a business owner, work on yourself. Just like you want the best employees. Everybody wants the top A fucking employees. Are you a top A employee? Are you a top A business owner to attract that? I got a lot of top A guys with me. I got a guy that just started with us last week. Top guy, in my opinion. He will be one of the top. If he keeps doing the things he needs to do, and I can mentor him and coach him and guide him to get to the next level, right? But he has the potential to be a top guy. And how do you attract a top guy? You got to be a top guy.
Absolutely.
You got to be a top guy. If you want a girl, that's like,
gotta have the same
if you want the best of the best, you have to become the best of the best. You will not attract what you want.
That's where I feel I'm at, like in my journey. Like I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I know I'm on the progress and I'm getting there. But I know that it's so easy to get sidetracked, especially with social media nowadays, and you see all these pretty faces, right? But I've noticed that it's like an area where I feel like I don't trust God a lot, because I notice that I try to once I start, flirting with maybe too many girls or trying to just put myself out there, I'm like, okay, wait. I got to focus on my thing and trust that God has a bigger plan for me. And I forgot where I was going to go with this, but so basically, I know that if I put that trust in God and I keep going, I know for sure, like you said, growing and having that energy and being that A player, you're going to run into someone that matches that same energy.
100%. You will not attract.
And you got to trust in that. It's one of those things where you got to trust the process.
Listen to me. You will not attract what you want. Ever. You will never attract what you want. You will attract who you are. Always. Always. You will always attract who you are. Oh, you're a liar, but you expect them to not be a liar? My buddy, you ain't I will always attract honest people with integrity, with transparency, that will get really close to me. I cannot. They don't come to me. Dishonest, disloyal people don't want to spend time with me, because they will get caught in that energy. Like that energy doesn't get attracted to me. I don't attract lazy people in my life. You lazy? You ain't hanging out with me. You're gonna feel like a loser. So think about it that way. You will not attract what you want. You will always attract who you are on the inside, because that's the same energy you're putting onto the universe. So if you're looking for that special someone, I told one of my friends, he's 39 years old, great guy, still single. Okay. 39, about to be 40. And he's always banging other chicks. Like, he's always hanging out, having fun with chicks. I'm like, dude.
You're postponing.
All I said to him, no, but he's looking for a wife.
Exactly. I feel like he's postponing that.
He is. I'll tell you why. Because all his mind is looking for is what? Who's the next person I can bang out? Who's the next person I can have fun with?
Instant gratification.
He's looking for that quick instant. I'm like, dude, if you just say no to all of these girls, Because there's two groups of girls. There's two groups of guys. They want to have fun. They want to play around. It's about YOLO moment.
Yep.
And then there's another group that wants to get married, have a family, and start that life.
Yep.
So you're talking about these girls, hanging out with these girls, talking to these girls, mixing with these girls, but yet in your mind, when you're sleeping at home, you're laying down in your bed like, shit, I want to meet the wife. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
The second you say no to this, and this has fucking been true for me all the time, the second you say no to these girls, say no to the hoe, right? All of a sudden, you start attracting the girls that are really, really good.
Yep.
The quality girls that say, you know what? I want to settle down.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something serious. I'm looking for someone who wants to do this. I want a man. I want a husband. Like, I'm looking for marriage.
Yep.
Like, that's when you start to attract that in your life.
Yep.
So you cannot, listen, and I know you guys want to do this. You want to play that game. I'm going to have these on the weekends, but I'm going to look for these on Instagram or some dating app.
Nope.
No, my friend. Doesn't work like that. You have to let go of this. You have to let go of the good to have the great. You have to let go of these hoes to get this. The wifey, the prize, the princess, the queen, if that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And if you're not able to do that, you can't be rowing the boat like this, motherfucker. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. I know that rowing the boat is like this, but none of it comes to relationships.
Yep.
And that's always been the fact for me. The second I let go of all the girls for 6 months, I met my girl. Now, we didn't last, we're not together anymore, but that's okay.
Yep.
But every time I was focused on saying no to the hoes and saying yes to the good girls, boom, the good girls showed up they just all of a sudden show up out of nowhere.
I could agree with that 100%.
Huh?
I said I could agree with that 100%. And you gotta know what you want. You need to make the choice, and then you just gotta stay committed.
It's the same thing in business. Everybody wants the best players, but you're still holding on to those negative people in your company. And you're never going to find the A players because negative people are going to get them out of the company. They're going to gossip, the bullshit. You'll hire them, then they'll quit right after. You're like, why is all my guys quitting? Why is my top 8 guys leaving all the time? Well, because you got some bullshit going on over here. You got some skeletons in the closet.
Yep.
So it's very, 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 very important to let go of all these people. Just let go of the good to have the great. And if you can do that, whoo-hoo, life will be amazing for you.
I agree 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's like that famous picture, I don't know if you've seen it, where it's like, normally they use like Jesus for this, but it'll be like a little girl with a teddy bear, and then Jesus is like, oh, give me the teddy bear, but then like behind his back, it's like a massive, like way bigger, gift. So it's like one of those things. It's like,
yeah, you got to sacrifice the good for the great. That's the mindset. Like I always look at it this way. Am I willing to sacrifice temporarily the good so I can have the life of the great?
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do every single day, And to be honest with you, who knows? I may be wrong, right? I'm still single right now, right? I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. But hey, so far, what I have learned in my decade plus of being in relationships and decade plus of, fooling around and wasting time with this shit, right? Because I've done it both, guys. I'm telling you, this one is very short term, very, like, at the end of the night, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
like we all done it.
It's just for the temporary
It's
pleasure.
temporary pleasure. That's all it is. It's like it's like playing a video game and winning, but then after that, it's like, okay, now what?
And it keeps you there a lot longer than you wanted to.
Like video games. I'll give you an example. Video games is a perfect example. I used to win. I used to become. Listen, I knew I was going to become a millionaire in life because I used to become a millionaire every single video game I played. I just knew. I was like, you know what? If I can make money in a bullshit ass game, all I gotta do is do the same fucking shit in the real world, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
Right. So it's about like just applying the same habits.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is that, in video games, it's very short term. Like once you win, you're like, now what? Yeah. And I'm like, and I hated it because I'm like, I'm winning in games, but I'm not winning in life.
Yeah.
All you need to do is win in life.
Yeah.
And if you can win in life, then you got to learn to the next level. How do you win in the spiritual life? It's another conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's 3 levels. There's the games, there's life, and there's a spiritual life.
Absolutely.
And if you can win in games, then you can win in real life, but then you have to also win in the spiritual life. And the spiritual life is another conversation, but that's where you truly, truly, truly win. And you're not going to win by hanging out with these girls, you know what I'm saying? Or guys, So, and by the way, hashtag Miami for that shit, right? We're in the fucking...
It's tough out here. Tough out here.
Dude, we're out there doing interviews.
Everything.
We're going out there doing interviews. I'm like, damn. There's so many, like today, like 6 people got divorced right now just in this block, right? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But, being an entrepreneur and dating is not easy,
it's not.
But it's definitely something you can do. And once you find the right partner, it's game over.
Yeah.
What I cannot wait is to find the right person for me and be with that person and grow with that person and build a massive empire. That's the dream, bro. That's the dream.
Here's an opinion, though. Like you're saying, you can definitely find the right person, all this. But at the end of the day, nowadays, that's really hard. Like, I feel like there's good people and bad people everywhere, but it gets harder and harder as time goes on, for whatever reason, because of the way society is, to find that really good, right person that's for you, that'll be with you along the journey. So 100%. It's better to just focus on yourself, and then that person will show up. whether it's
And when we
early
say,
or not.
yeah, when we say focus on
Just
yourself,
trust in it.
build you and build your emotional level, build your mental level so you can attract the right person.
Yes.
Who do you want to be?
And girls love that. They love that. They love it when you work on you. And
Yeah,
grow
exactly.
your mental capacity. There's nothing more
Can
sexy
you,
for a girl.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
than
me?
knowing
Say
that.
no more
No.
sexy what?
No, there's nothing sexy for a girl for them to know that your mental capacity, your skill
100%.
set, your confidence.
Listen,
is through the roof.
men get attracted and stimulated by looking at shit. Women get attracted by hearing shit. So if you don't have a good,
We like
you know,
to see and touch.
we like to see and touch. We
Yeah.
use our physical shit too much. But girls, they use their fucking mind. They're literally sitting in bed imagining shit and how will he touch me and kiss me and think of me and the words in their mouth, all this shit. So you got to understand, like,
Yeah.
you know, and some girls are watching this too, but, you know, we're not just talking to the men, but you
Yeah.
got to know that the sexiest shit in the planet is to be fucking working on yourself,
Yep.
growing yourself, improving yourself, becoming
Yep.
the best version of you so that the 2.0 version out there can make an impact on other people.
Yep.
You know? So, yeah.
No, I was saying, there's no faking it to make it for this one because you
Oh,
can fake
no.
it, you can put it front in the beginning, but
They
it's
know.
It's going to
They'll-
catch up
they'll
to you.
know. They know. Listen, you cannot act
It's gonna
smart.
catch up
Okay,
to you.
you're either smart or you're not. Like, and you can become smarter.
Yep.
Just go out there and fucking invest in yourself. So I appreciate you guys. As you guys know, every single Monday we come at you, we spit fire, we spit
Yep.
the truth, nothing but the truth. If you love this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment. Our shit is exploding everywhere, but we need some YouTube support, man.
Show some love, baby.
Show some love, man. We'd appreciate it a lot. Share with a friend, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys. My boy Doran.
Doran's weak. Just kidding.